Oh my goodness, Fairfield, how you guys doing? Well, that's exciting. I was not expecting that level of energy from Connecticut. This is fun. I was not always this big. That is true. You have to work to get like this. I used to have a six-pack. I was in the Army for 7.5 years, and I had a six-pack, and then I decided, not worth the upkeep, and I never worked out again when I got out. I went from looking like G.I. Joe to Gigantic. I went from looking like the guy in Call of Duty to the guy at GameStop that sells you Call of Duty. And that is a demotion. That is a demotion, and as a veteran, I don't like Call of Duty. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think it's way too realistic. Like, not so much the combat, like that's fine, but like they keep making new ones, but me and my friends haven't finished the first one yet. That gets to be a problem after a while. But I was not good at the Army at all. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. You guys are way safer for me being here. Like, maybe not the front row, but everybody else. Because I'm not an aggressive man. And I know that because I feel weird saying aggressive man. But like, we'd be like raiding compounds and stuff like that. I'd be like, Stegemeyer, kick down the door. And I'd be like, let me jiggle the handle, maybe it's stuck. And like, there goes the element of surprise. They're gonna know that. Like, if I'm going through a compound and it's like the middle of the night, I bump into something, I'm from Wisconsin, I'm gonna say, oh, and apologize to the table. Like, they're absolute liability. I actually started stand-up comedy in the Army. That is true. I started telling jokes and stories around the garbage fire. And that is and is not a metaphor. And like, a lot of times it go really well. They're like, hey man, you gotta do this again sometime. But a lot of times it did not go well. And they would be like, hey, we're gonna go on patrol instead. And like, that hurts. Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, that hurts. Like, when they're like, we're gonna take our chances with the bombs from the Taliban, because every once in a while those work, and this is not. Like, I bought a book while I was deployed on how to be better at stand-up comedy, and it was like, hey, like, try crowd work. And like, that's really hard to do when you live together with everybody and you have the same job. What else are you gonna talk about? But then one day, we detained some Taliban guys. And like, it was gonna be a day or two before they could get picked up. And they're like, we need somebody to watch, to pull guard. And I'm like, I'll be your Huckleberry. And I sat there with my interpreter and a literal captive audience. And I'm just like, hey, like, what do you do? What's your name? Where are you from, buddy? And they did not, stand-up is an American concept. They did not know what was going on. I got one laugh. And it is the best laugh I've ever had in comedy because I feel like I really earned that one. But then like a few days later, we got a very angry phone call from one of the generals in Kandahar. He's like, who interrogated these people? Yeah. And I'm like, technically that was me. And he's like, you can't do that. Like, you can't. I'm like, I was just trying to make some jokes. One hit, it was good. And he's like, that is unconventional interrogation. That is technically a war crime. Have you ever pursued the arts so badly that the Geneva Conventions gets brought in? Like, the Geneva Conventions only exist because some guy pursued the arts badly. Like, oh my God, the Hitler joke, it never works, it's fine. That one I just tell for me. You're my favorite guy. I'm gonna throw that out there. I like you. I was like, we're finally out of Afghanistan, or like very close to it. We left Bagram Air Force Base like 2 weeks ago, which is like very exciting. But now people ask me, they're like, hey, what do you think's gonna happen in Afghanistan? And to them, I say, you grossly overestimate how informed the troops are. Because I don't know the difference between Disneyland and Disney World, and I've been to the one in Florida twice. Like, I found out that we got Bin Laden from CNN. I was 20 miles from where he was at the time. Like, I came into work in the morning, turned on the TV and made some coffee. I'm like, holy shit, we're done. Like, Like, mission accomplished, guys, we did it. And that was 10 years ago. That's how uninformed the troops are. I'm like, we might be going home early, guys. I wouldn't buy those plane tickets for leave just yet. I should rephrase that though. I did not get Bin Laden. That was the SEALs. I would have opened with that, I promise. I actually, the guy I got is PTSD. Yeah, no, it's fine. Now's like the best time to have PTSD. Like, I'm just gonna throw it out. You get a dog. I have a PTSD dog. She's the best. She's not trained or anything. She's just a rescue, so she also has PTSD. They're like, we got each other. We're like, let's stay away from crowds. She's like, good idea. I'm in therapy now, which has been really helpful. I actually got to see my therapist in person for like the first time in a year last week. And as I was leaving my therapist's office, she's not very good. Like, as I was leaving her office, like a guy was leaving the office across the hall and he was sobbing like I've never seen a man cry. And like the human being in me wanted to be like, hey buddy, like you doing okay? Like you need to like talk to somebody. But the competitive New Yorker in me wanted to be like, hey buddy, like does your therapist have any openings? Because she seems way better than my therapist, if I'm being honest. Like tears is amazing. Like mine rarely gets the truth. Like I'm a married straight guy. I like to throw that out there. Sorry everybody. But I get hit on pretty much exclusively by men because I am what the gay community calls a bear. Yeah, you get it. Like you've seen the California state flag. Same guy. I could use it as ID if I wanted to. But like in like mental health circles, as a veteran, like my therapist refers to me as her polar bear. Because she's like, I don't know if he's gonna be here in 5 years. I told you she's not good. Like that's a cell phone more than it's an indictment of my character. I'm fine. I'm actually married to a therapist. That is true, yeah. And you would think that would be like a huge advantage. It is not. Like, because like, yeah, she helps me with stuff, but like, me being like a nerdy comic and my wife being like a couples counselor means that anytime we have friends over, we have to explain to our friends, like she's like, there's gonna be a lot of like nerdy shit in the apartment and that's part of his charm. But when I have friends over, I'm gonna be like, look, you're gonna see some books titled like Living with the Monster at Home. And like, that's a workbook, that's not like, I had to work with her because like she used to buy, like we would go like every Sunday and like buy books together and I'd be like, we have to like stand apart in line. Because like people at like Barnes & Noble would like slip her notes and be like, are you okay? That happened one time. That is a sad fact. Oh my God, you guys have been amazing though. I just like want to thank all you guys for coming out and supporting live comedy. This has been a great time. Fairfield, you guys know how to get turned. I really appreciate you guys. I don't know what that means. I feel like I'm speaking Spanish right now. But you guys have been amazing. My name's Pete Stegemeyer. Thank you guys so much.